It's a new season. It's another day. Fresh anointing coming your way. My name is Murphia. Another season of The Post, and I'm right here in my seat, bringing sensitive, funny, and interesting issues to your home. My wonderful makeup is by K-Trade Glams and Style, 0503038083. And on Instagram, he is K-Trade Glams and Style. You will look amazing. My wonderful costume is by Divine Touch, 0541432678. And Michelle will make you look dolled up. Today in my studio are two wonderful guests. Baku de Mr. Cressy Machine. Machine man machisti. Internet. I have basic. Today's topic is communication in marriage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing series on certain topic, and one of those topics is marriage. I know Charlie, marriage a hard thing. Hey, marriage a hard thing. In 2000 and as of 2017, we have over 4,000 divorce cases here in Ghana alone. A hard thing. And for me, I want to believe that most of these issues are pertinent and things that we can overlook. So today we're going to look at communication in marriage. My constant guest for today is Awele for short. Welcome to the studios.
Thank you.
Jack Matthew.
Miss Usa.
You're fresh, sir.
Miss Jeffrey.
You have to give me your dieting recipe near there, because every day you're looking sharp. Your skin is glowing.
Nkandokuni kinaya.
Okay, so Awele had to say that. He's Awele. He's Mr. Herbert Atukwe Kole. He's a filmmaker and acting coach. He is the president of a Robag Film Club. And they are taking in new admissions. So if you're interested, call them on 0260-916-818. Train to be an actor or actress and be exposed to the world. So, Robag, if you want my next guest, I'm even shaking in my boot too. You see this book? Blossom Coat. If you don't have it, you're missing out on something great. Call. Miriam, the number better Hawaii. No, my friend, come Becca say call me. But Becca say meti chobo. Blossom Coat, one amazing book. One amazing book. I don't regret having this book. And the author is here in my studios. Madam Na Coco Watson Norte. Her hobbies are traveling, research, mentoring, reading, writing. Oh, I was saying the hobbies. I was there. Some scholar B. She's an author. She writes books, poems, and 48. She has 48 original poems. Charlie, some of us we are sleeping on. She's a teacher and my own lecturer. She's the lecturer at African University College of Communication. And in the classroom, she'll beat me. But I had it, and I'm yoga. Welcome.
Thank you. Have mercy on me.
In fact, I'm so excited to have you here, to know that you tutored me, mentored me, and here I am having the opportunity to interview you. It's amazing.
Thank you for having me.
It's amazing. Okay, so we're going to have one quick commercial break, after which we'll be back with the discussion. Stay tuned.
If you seek affordability, quality, and durability, tap into the variety of furniture and home appliances from King's Furniture Company Limited. We are the ultimate in office, home furniture, and appliances. You can't go wrong with the beautifully designed furniture and appliances from our showrooms. We deliver at your doorstep within Accra and Sekondi Takoradi. King's Group of Companies set a standard.
Come on, let's say it together. If he can, then of course she can. Yes, True Kingdom Image presents the She Can Conference 2019. Last year was remarkable, and this year we're bringing you something mind-blowing. Theme: Christian Women in Leadership, the pride of every nation. Guest speakers: Oheniri Gifty Auntie, Host of The Standpoint, Mrs. Daisy Amwating, Mayfia Bentum, Bertha Ansajan, and your host, Reverend Princess Safia Canton. Date is the 20th October 2019. Time is 3 p.m. prompt. Venue, Authoritative Kingdom Chapel Auditorium of Bekaboche. For details and seat reservations, please contact 0561 329 745 or 0242 324 134. Admission is totally free. She-Can Conference 2019. It's gonna be super califragilisticexpialidocious.
Welcome back to the studios. You're still watching The Post, and today we're discussing communication in marriage. Awelen,
Mefia.
and then you can worry some.
So
And now we can worry some.
na
And the BBC was studio speak to me. Anyway, what are some of the red flags in marriage?
yeah.
Where I mean, no.
Personal.
What do you think are some of the red flags in marriage?
Red flags in marriage, they differ from different geographical locations so far as the world is concerned. So let's limit ourselves to Ghana.
Yeah.
One, we can talk about economic issues. When there is not enough resources, financial resources in the home, it can be a possible red flag. Then we can talk about communication, infidelity, infertility. Let me mention just four and leave the rest for now.
Do you have any red flag things that happen that really breaks down marriages, especially here in Ghana or Africa?
Well, sometimes it may be religion based. I would borrow from his own comments, which is communication, because in human relationship we have to relate in a certain way, and the primary characteristic is communicating with each other. So I think these two for me.
Okay, so obviously you both mentioned communication. Is there a way marriage can survive without good communication? I didn't say communication, good communication. I'm asking this because in the past, some of our parents will say, and usually they use the ladies or the women, our women, say mana basuntino. Is there a chance that marriage can survive without good communication?
Well, I disagree that marriage can survive without communication, because even by virtue of where we stand in our families, someone being a firstborn, someone being a secondborn, someone being an only child, even that one should communicate something to the other partner. For instance...
Why?
Yeah. For instance, you are a lady who married a man who is the only child in his family, and he is surrounded by sisters. That should communicate something to you that he's being treated in a certain way for some time. That doesn't mean you should treat the person the same way, but it should tell you something that this person needs extra care, because growing up he's received care from the mother and the sisters, you understand? Now you marry a lady who is the firstborn in her family. Firstborn, someone would say, are strategic parents. You know, they carry the responsibility of their siblings and all that. Now, firstborns have a natural role of ordering people around. Understand? So you marry this firstborn lady and you find out that she's commanding, and you say that your woman or your wife is domineering. But it should communicate something to you that as a firstborn, she has always taken responsibility of certain things in her home. So it is easy for that person to transfer this experience to her marital home. Now, if you are not the type to learn these things, it is hard to understand this person. And it will make communication also difficult, because she may learn, but you would also have to learn that this is how she has lived her life for some time.
Wow. Well, you have something to add?
Well, Anna has made some very important points, but from the way she's talking, it looks like people or spouses are coming into marriage with their own background experience so far as communication is concerned. I will partly agree and partly disagree. Why? Once you are ripe for marriage, my perception is that you need to unlearn certain things that you have learned from your home and have it at the back of your mind that you are veering or you are entering into new territories. Therefore, certain things must be made straight. You must understand certain things and learn certain things. When Mayfair started, she made a point that in quantity, na our real ejina.
Yeah.
But I said, na say and ban a year two no na dear. It's a factor.
Man come o.
Me can say o come me. A idea e wo. And to say one can meka. A idea wo. The reason is that and now some women do not want to be submissive, as the Bible puts it. That women or wives be submissive to your husband. Let us love you. And now they want to overshadow their husbands, even when it comes to communication. They want to set the pace of communication. I am an only child in my family. I was pampered, so you have to pamper me. When I was in my father's house, I woke up every morning with a frown face, and my father or my mother would take time to inquire what is wrong with me. So my husband, when you see me in the morning with a frown face, take time to inquire what is wrong with me.
But do you also agree that you can't just pick something out and turn it overnight to what you want? It's a gradual process. So don't go like, did you go for the lady to enslave her?
No.
Obviously not. So you learn where the person is coming from. Gradually, you can turn her to be yours the way you want it. But from the way you are speaking, it's like even the manner in which you were turning yourself means that if they used to pamper you at your home, I can't do that. But that is how, if a marriage is supposed to begin with friendship, how would you treat your friend? You understand me? How would you talk to your friend? If you are angry with your friend, would you shout? You won't shout. So why would you shout at your spouse when you are angry? It shouldn't be. And all these things are means of communicating with each other. You understand me? So if you won't do that to your friend, ordinary friend, why would you do that to your spouse in marriage?
I am not saying shouting at my spouse or anything.
That's just an illustration.
What I'm trying to say is that when you are getting into marriage, you must understand that there is something called communication. And communication outside marriage is different from what is inside marriage. It has been quoted, communication in marriage, not communication in your father's house.
Awele had to say that. In your father's house, saying?
In your father's house because...
So what you're trying to say is that communication in my father's house should be different from communication in my home?
Of course, because your husband is not your father. And I would assume...
communicating with my father should be different from with
my husband. So if your father was communicating to you in a certain way, you don't expect that your husband will communicate with you in the same way. I would even assume that before you marry that gentleman, you should have learned him to know how best you can communicate with him. So that kind of communication starts right from courtship to friendship or whatever name we will give to it.
Do you also agree that there are some fathers who may not be as sweet as some husbands to be?
Then praise the Lord.
How about those ones? So that's why I was saying that you learn the person, and if you think there's something wrong about the person, you want to change it. It comes with time. So this was how you were communicating at home. You can correct without offending the person. You understand me? So if supposedly maybe your spouse, your wife, her father was violent.
Okay.
It doesn't make the husband violent to continue what was done in the father's house. But there could be a way that would be corrective. How about that one? That one is good communication. You understand me? So I'm saying that you learn the person, those things that are good, you continue. Those things that are bad, you correct it, but in a nice way.
You see,
yeah.
I even have a problem with changing. And you made a statement that you have to...
You learn the person yeah.
To change. You said something about changing.
To what you want,
to what
in
you
a good
want.
way.
You see, that is even a mistake. You see,
Is it?
It's a big mistake. See, in marriage, you don't change anybody. 80% of the things about our spouses that we don't like, we are not able to change. We cope. Because when you want to change, there will be conflict. So, you rather, it is easier for you to change yourself than to change your spouse. It will be very good for me if she also thinks likewise. That she doesn't like the way she communicates to this young man, because this young man has a very nice way of communication.
But do you also agree that as you build communication channels, you build communication strategies and other things, you are also trying to educate the younger ones that you are likely to bring into the family? Because they'll learn from you.
Agreed.
Yes. So it is not a matter of changing the person entirely, but building that kind of communication channel strategies so that the ones you are bringing in will learn from you. So it may be possible for someone to come out of a violent family, but his children will not be violent.
Good.
Yes, because you have done something well with your communication in your marriage.
And to depend on the person's willingness to learn.
And you can let that person learn.
Let me can I give an instance?
Okay.
Let me give you there are some spouses who want to know everything.
Why not?
It is impossible. You see, they want to know everything from A to Z. You go out, you have to tell them, I am moving, I am going, I tell you I am going to Kaneshie.
Like me.
From Kisaman to Kaneshie. When I stop at Achimota, I have to call you and tell
Why
you.
not? They
I've
are
stopped
kidnapping
at
people
Achimota.
nowadays.
When
So
I
why
stop
not?
at, you see, it is, and when you look at those people.
Over the top. That's a bit over the top, but really, I think that you have to communicate almost everything.
You should tell so that you save yourself the trouble. You communicate. You tell the person that I had to give this fellow a lift, and it's a harmless lift. You understand me? People say you
Yes.
have to lie to save the home, but
No.
this shouldn't be a lie. You have to be open so that if somebody else should call your spouse to tell her, I saw this lady in front of your husband's car, you've already given the person the information.
That was actually going to be my next question. Must you lie to save your home? That was actually
Oh, of course,
going
you have
be
to lie to save your home.
Really?
You have to. You see, let me tell you.
machistic.
Oh yes,
Well, what
I'll
did you
say it
just say?
with all confidence. You have to sometimes lie to save your home. Let me tell you.
Well, a lie is
Before-
lie. Lie is no good. Adam, me read the Bible in Chewana.
Say Abraham Cracker Trantro say
A generational curse. Nibe chantro. Chantro.
but the situation was saved. Let me tell you, Mpenifo assembly omuka. Uta bie efun eni bebra hu sama. You see, there are certain things you don't have to know.
The same
Like
as there are certain things
example.
you don't have to do. So don't do to
Thank
tell the
you.
lie.
No, when I said there are certain things you don't have to know, it doesn't need to be negative. Even there are certain positive things you don't even have to know. The person must tell you at his or her own time. But sometimes
But that's
the
not
thing, oh, sometimes you can lie. The thing happens today, and you want to know it today. But in my mind, I see that the wisest thing for me the wisest time for me to tell you that is next year, 2020, December.
Okay,
Then I
would you
break
be
down
happy
news to
if
you.
if you are at the receiving end?
Me, I understand communication. I
So
understand
your
a
wife
lot
can
of things.
decide not to tell you.
Me, I won't even fifi for me.
But
They are even the ones who
yes,
don't
see,
understand.
But see, the way our infinite maker, the way he even created us, tells us something. The
Tell
way we
me.
were created. Just see your fingers.
They are not equal.
They are not the same. What does it tell you?
That we are different people.
We are different people, so the person can't be the same as you.
But
So
the
if
person has to
you-
learn certain things about marriage and communication.
Thank God that you went back for my word, learn.
But
You
I
went back
said,
to pick my
I said
word.
you have to unlearn and learn. I've
So
said it already.
Okay, so then are we saying that we counselors should add communication studies and CASA? And I don't mean, our counselors usually will meet you once a month, and then when it's getting closer, once a week or bibisa. But then are they supposed to do like proper communication studies?
For me or for her?
Types of communications? A breakdown for both of you?
For both of us.
Yes.
You go first, or I should go first. You see, I have a problem with some of our counselors. Sometimes they garnish the issues and they don't throw the reality into your face. You see, the counselors can do their best and teach us about communication studies or whatever name they will call it. But you see, wow, see what's wrong, we really know call ya blah. One I was say, you work out your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Sure.
You see, and talking about lies, has God told us a lie? No, he hasn't lied to us, but he has hidden certain things from us. God has hidden certain things from us. Even the key to riches is hidden from us. The day Jesus Christ will come, we don't know. So as a husband, if you are saying we are created in the image and likeness of God, as a husband or as a spouse, it is not everything you communicate to your spouse, whether be it wife or husband. Do you agree with
But
me?
it is ideal.
Okay,
You see, what is ideal
I
is
still
not right.
don't agree. We would have to go a bit deep into that. I don't agree. Well, but let's go for what's trending. We'll be back. Wig caps are in almost every hair shop these days. Why? Because they are quite easy to make, stress-free, and lucrative for the stylist. They are adjustable, easy to use, and time efficient. You can have it in twist braids, box braids, jumbo braids, among others. Go get your own piece now. Welcome back from What's Trending. I wish I can comment on those beautiful dresses, but Awele got me stuck in my seat while you were away. I mean, can you imagine? Hide things from your spouse. Maybe I still maintains you. Madam Kokopacho, do you agree? Because
I
maybe
just
dear
don't
me,
get
I'm
it.
still...
And it got me thinking, because I'm wondering if you've seen the movie War Room.
War Room. I'll go and watch it.
Yeah,
I have,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of old right now, but it's still relevant for today's world. You understand me? In that movie, the husband had to hide certain samples of certain things that he's supposed to give to some lab or whatever it is. I don't really get it, but he hid them for his own benefits.
Yes.
And then he was sad. At a point, he lost his job. Now, he almost went to jail.
It's a black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen
a
that
black
movie.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen
he
that movie.
almost went to jail. But before that, he had to open up to his wife. Now, his wife told him that, say the truth, just send these samples back. Tell them that this is what you did. Show that you are remorseful of whatever you have done. And they had to, retire on whatever they wanted to do to him.
Okay, so it was the advice of the wife
advice of
that
the
actually
wife.
helped.
So-
So
The
if
advice
from
of
the
wife,
beginning
if
he
he
had...
opened up, he wouldn't have gathered that sample, that lot.
So you
why
see,
do you hide it?
you see, the wife got to know about it at the time she was supposed to know about it. That was why the
When
situation
you were
was
about
saved.
to go to jail.
When you were
Yes,
about
that
to
was
go to
that was
jail.
the time she was supposed to know about it. Probably if she had known about it earlier.
I
You see
don't
why
agree.
sometimes I do this and I allow things to happen to them.
Sometimes
When I go watch someone, I say, I'm not going to jail.
You see,
no,
then you
that
learn-
was the
learn
time.
the
Then you are a
hard way.
wicked wife.
Well, assuming you're saying you should communicate almost everything before and during marriage. How are you supposed to communicate a bad situation, like you're saying, if one has HIV/AIDS, HIV? Now we know that you can live with it for years. We know that with your retroviral disease and drugs and all these things, it's possible that you even your spouse will not be infected throughout the marriage, can have healthy kids and all that. But how do you communicate, like, heavy news, if I should?
Now,
Heavy.
we all have people who we trust would listen to us regardless. So I am married, for instance, and you are a counselor, and I know my husband listens to you very well. Now I'll open up to you and I'll tell you this is the condition. If we can talk to him and he would understand, fine. If he doesn't, then it's better for him to know before we go into it. Now he knows it, but he goes on to, get married. Okay. Then we all know that this is the situation we had before we entered into that union. So we know how to manage it.
Is that not bringing a third party into the marriage?
I was about to get. I hate that third channel communication.
But you hate it. But see, then you go on and you say that because of this, I'm not going to marry her again. Eventually, she's going to tell someone. The third party will come all the same. Then it means the one whom you see as your counselor or your mentor, that you do not trust the person. Is that what you're saying?
No, even when I go for counseling, before when we go for counseling, the counselor himself or herself will advise us that when we have an issue, we should sit down.
So what is the counselor doing there? Already she's a third party.
She's only there to advise us and to lead us, not to listen to our secrets.
That goes to say that there is no one way or one channel of communication in marriage.
No.
Every marriage differs.
Because we are all different.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so you made mention of not wanting a third party. I wanted to verify this. Isn't that how come some ladies are called disrespectful because they're outspoken? And for example, Diawu she does not like it. But to voice out might sometimes mean she being harsh. Or yeah, harsher, then you call her disrespectful.
You see, for me, in my world, it's better you voice out and be harsh to me than to go and tell a third party about what is happening within us or between us. I prefer it that way. You see, once you tell a third party, it means you yourself, you don't have confidence in the marriage we are in.
You see, that's the thing, because our elders also taught us differently. They said if you want to communicate news or information, be a year hard to, especially your husband. It's usually from the wife to the husband, because the husbands are the heads. Then you have to get a third party, will be a ferry, a counselor, the head of the community or the family, to come in. That's what we are taught.
Those days,
in the first place, have you told your wife that if you have issues, it should be between the two of you?
We have discussed it.
If you have discussed it with the person, then that's fine. But there are instances where someone, you may even have initiated it, that you had a problem, and then you took it out. So she would feel that, okay, this is the person who he listens to, and the person also listens to him. So if I have a problem, let me send it to that same person. So you have taught yourself to relate with a third party.
You see, I will not agree with you, because even the Bible teaches us that when I have a problem with you, I should first of all confront you and discuss the problem. A third party or the church elders will come in when I am convinced beyond all doubt that a child Panama pound or whatever it is, you are not accepting it and you are still behaving the same way. Then it will make reason for me to inform a third party to come and talk to you.
You don't know a husband who has started a problem in the home and will go like, I don't want to discuss it.
Yeah.
Don't even start.
It.
I don't want to discuss it.
You see?
Where do you think, why are you going to, direct such an issue?
You see?
You call in a third party.
You see, problems that happen in marriage are solved before marriage. Do you understand? No. Problems that happen in marriage are solved before marriage. Know the woman or the man you are going to marry and ask yourself, can I cope?
This thing that we say all the time, can you know someone?
Okay, people
I think I'm still learning my husband.
You see, nobody.
I'm still getting to know him better and better by the day.
I am not saying that you can know everything about the person, but you see, you must set standards as to certain things that you are looking out for. Seek and ye shall find. You must make it a job, because this thing is supposed to be a lifetime thing. You don't take it lightly. You must make it a serious responsibility upon yourself. It's a do or die affair to make sure. Investigate this guy and make sure he's arrested. That is marriage. You must investigate. We take things to, like you were talking about fast track. Yes, fast track. And now you get into the marriage, you are now going to learn about the person.
Okay, I know this is bending the thing off track, but then let me ask, would you advise that we set people up, we set to-be spouses up just to know things about them?
No, I disagree.
You both won't advise?
No.
Okay, well, why?
How can you set me up? It is
I want to know you, and I am
like you
investigating.
Yes,
so
I think I watched this thing. Was it a short video or something? Or someone I've forgotten that the lady set up a friend to see if the man is going to fall. That
And
is
he
even
fell
against.
deep.
That is even against the Bible. You should not tempt people.
Some may not succeed by trying to tempt others. Maybe you want to, I set him up, okay.
sometimes even
He
not
may
sex,
not
anger.
fall for it. He may not fall for it. You understand me? But others, you end up disappointed, and then you would end up bleeding on people who did not catch you. So you go like, this is what this lady did to me. So you generalize. You get it.
You carry it onto
Yes,
your next
some people may not
relationship.
be able to handle the results.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yes.
You set the person up. The person doesn't go the way you were anticipating. And then you end up with some weird results that, okay, so people in this
And
area. Or
generalization.
people, yes. So it's
Wow.
good not to even try it out.
Thank you. I
Okay,
agree
so
with you on this
both
one.
of them agree on one thing. It's good not to set up your spouse or your spouse to be for disaster, and don't hastily generalize issues. Let's go for a quick commercial break. We'll be back.
If you seek affordability, set a standard.
If he can, then of course she can. Yes, True Kingdom Image presents the She Can Conference 2019. Last year was remarkable, and this year we're bringing you something mind-blowing. Theme: Christian Women in Leadership, the pride of every nation. Guest speakers: Henry Gifty Auntie, host of The Standpoint, Mrs. Stacey Amwating, Mayfia Bentum, Bertha Ansajan, and your host, Reverend Princess Safia Canton. Date is the 20th October 2019. Time is 3 p.m. prompt. Venue: Authoritative Kingdom Chapel Auditorium at Bekaboche. For details and seat reservations, please contact 0561 329 745 or 0242 324 134. Admission is totally free. She Can Conference 2019. It's gonna be super califragilisticexpialidocious.
Welcome back from that brief commercial break. You're still watching The Post, and we're still discussing communication in marriage. Madam Koko, I would love to know, so now how do we fix communication issues in marriage? We already have married. We already having communication issues. How would you advise that we even begin to fix it?
So we'll begin to fix it by first knowing our likes, our dislikes. Okay.
Would
And
you advise a sit-down discussion?
you know, sometimes when you are familiar with an environment and you try to resolve a certain issue, it doesn't work. So do something you've not done before. There are some people who have been married for 7 years, and the farthest they've been is their church.
Yes.
Why did you say the
Repeat.
yes? The farthest they've been is their church. So, oh my, let's go to church, and you have to go to church. But how about just for one weekend, You know, if you have kids, look for someone whom you trust, leave the children with them. Or you can even go with the kids. There's a language they may not understand. Now, when you take somebody out of their familiar environment, it's like something that is by default. Something natural happens. Remember the last time you went to a place you've been desiring to go. How did you behave? How were you receptive to that environment? Then use that place as a place of revival for your own self.
Okay.
Use that place as a place of retreat for your own self. Alone, you can even go on a retreat. So imagine you are going with your spouse. You can discuss a whole lot. That's not the place to discuss work. It's not the place to discuss, family planning, although it may come up as an issue. Yeah. But then, that is the place where when you start saying, I didn't like the way you spoke to me the last time. That place you can't shout because already you have something that you love. And then you start, building that strategies to rebuild your marriage and all that, at least once in a while, maybe once in 6 months, depending on your pocket. And it doesn't mean you have to go to an expensive place.
Okay.
Even within Accra, you can go somewhere. Maybe outside Accra, you know a place. You can even visit an old cottage somewhere, do something that is new to rebrand your own marriage.
Would you advise family, since Abiana is scanning Korea, can we visit a family?
Yeah, you can visit the family that you trust. You know, families, there are families and there are families.
Yes.
You understand me? I know you understand what I mean. So you know this family, you may even have another family that are not blood related, but you know that you've been visiting them and you've not visited them in a while. Oh, in 2 months you'll be visiting your home. So they are waiting for you. It's not as if this week and
you're coming.
So in 2 months you are visiting you. Then you use their venue or their place as a place of retreat for your own self. You develop some communication rules for your own self. And then you heal yourself of every pain in the past. Then you start all over again. Okay. Yeah, that's the little I can say.
However, any addition to how to heal?
I can't say any other thing than to say,
bravo!
Thank you.
Okay, so it's been a lovely edition. I've enjoyed this topic because it's, me and Kasame Madam, me point. In fact, me point. Please, your final words.
my final words. I want to tell married people out there that there are no straitjacket rules when it comes to communication. Therefore, as a couple, build your own communication system, taking into consideration your individual strengths and weaknesses. Thank you. God be with you.
Hey, God be with you, Kakakapa. Madam Koko, please, your final words.
Okay, what I'll say, it's in short, and I'll borrow from one of my academic mentors, that's Professor Asariopoku. He has a famous saying. He says, alone you can go far. And it's true, when you are walking alone, you are likely to walk fast. But together, you can go far, because if I'm tired, you can give me a pat on my back. And that is to say that everybody needs someone to walk in this journey of life. So married couples, let's learn from your examples. Communicate. In fact, let everything you are doing communicate, so that the youth who are coming would watch you and emulate whatever you are teaching them. And God bless you.
Wow, so that your youth can emulate you. Her books are here. Please, can you give us a number? A number we can call if we're looking for your book.
Yes, 0244 442273. Or you can just walk into African University College of Communications at Abraka, and then you get a copy.
You get a copy. Or just holla at me and I'll give you a copy. In fact, take your copy. Ooh. She brought you a gift, and me too. I have mine.
God richly bless you.
Amen. Bless you.
Thank you so much for coming. I would add this quote from Shannon, and she says, the most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't being said. The art of reading between the lines is a lifelong quest of the wise. So for me, I will add that try and hear what your spouse is not saying. sometimes they are hurting. But for example, using myself as an example, if I'm hurting, it's difficult for me to tell you because I'm a happy person and I don't like bringing sorrow into people. So if I believe what you're doing or how I'm feeling, communicating to you is going to make you feel bad. It's sometimes very difficult for me to come out. But if you are very observant, you can read between the lines and see that I'm not doing too well. That's one thing that I think or I believe that our marriages can do very well on. My makeup has been by K3 Glams and Style. Eric is amazing, wonderful. You want to look beautiful on your wedding day, your engagement day. I mean, just call him on 0503-038-03-083. 0503-838-083, and he's going to make you breathe amazing. My costume is by Divine Touch. 0541-432678. She's also an amazing person. My beautiful set, the couch, the sofa, everything you see on this set is by King's Furniture. 0501-332-333 is Accra, and 0501-332-330 is Takrady, and all they say is set a standard. Now my crew and everything is by GH Media School. I love you guys so much. Siman and then they watch me guy. Ona and then they jai. Amugi. All you guys are doing amazing. FO. Hey, Bio, you're amazing. I love you guys. And of course, Mr. Dodu, who did my sound and is directing today. I love you. Today I had two amazing guests. Well, for short. Awele odini krami ho. I didn't know what trauma me nedoso, eh? Awele nese minkase new admissions are available. If you want to be in Roback, call him on 0260916818. In fact, he's doing an amazing job training people to be actors and actresses, presenters, and all that you want to do in the public. Oh, I see, Herbert. Yes. When is your next acting?
It's on.
What are you shooting?
Currently, we are shooting Kaswa Toto.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hey, I'm famishing. And I'm here to poach for you. I'm too that.
What can I say? I'll write a role for you.
Okay, so he's a filmmaker and an acting coach. Thank you so much for coming. You're amazing. I always love to have you here. My next guest has been my own lecture. Me, I'm a lecturer, but they score points. Madam Na Coco Watson Norte, and her costume is by Givalna Clothing by Clarissa. Givalna Clothing by Clarissa.
Yes.
You're looking amazing.
Thank you.
The seam is on point.
Thank you.
I think I'll call her. She loves traveling, she loves research, she loves mentoring, reading, and writing. Hey, traveling is fun. Research is work. Mentoring is work. Reading is work. Writing, you love working. Nice. Basically, she loves working. Okay, so she's an author. She has authored books, poems, and she has 48 original poems, including Blossom Quotes. So get your own copy. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you too.
It's been amazing. Communication in marriage is it. If you have good communication in your marriage will survive, and you won't be part of the statistics of divorce in Ghana today. Until next week, my name is Methia. It's been wonderful having you with The Post. When you hear hiya, it will be me calling. Take care.